Happy holidays, my Instagram friends. I'm just popping on here live. No, I didn't announce it. I didn't say I was coming. In fact, last week when we signed off, I said I'll see you next year. But I realized I just couldn't do that because I have one more thing. Something happened this week. Actually, it happened a while ago, but I learned about it this week from a good friend, a lady that I do some work with, actually, who has some puppies, who lost a dog. Unnecessarily, and I wanted to share that story with you, and B, offer you a gift for you and your dog so that you don't suffer, or your dog doesn't suffer the same fate that hers did. So I've got my almost ugly Christmas sweater on here. This is my favorite sweater, just in case you wonder. It's got 2 beagles and a poinsettia on it. This sweater is decades old. One of the cool things about ugly Christmas sweaters is they never wear out, right? And now that the ugly Christmas sweater trend is back in play, I have to put Pippi back up on the desk here. You need to get up on the desk there, Pip. There you go. There you go. Go on your bed. That's a girl. You go stay there though. Yeah. So Pippi's on her bed. Just to, sorry for the little deviation there. But see Pippi back there. That's where she likes to be. We have Max, the golden retriever, here as a guest, and we have over there on the far side Prince behind the gate. I'll shut the gate so you can out these ugly Christmas sweaters. And so I wanted to pop on and just say happy holidays, but also to share a story with you. And yeah, thank you. And have a gift for you. I have a couple of gifts for you, actually. Thanks, Melinda. Beagle Benji. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Benji. My assistant's not here tonight, but we do have, she has some things set up for you, and I wanted to share a couple of gifts with you. I do have notes, so I don't forget. Because right now, I don't know about you in the holidays, but I'm already almost. Hey, Merry Christmas! Yeah, thank you. We're posting where you're from because we're here in Bethany, Ontario. As you know, it's super mild here today, like +2 Celsius, which means things are melting. Ice is getting soft. It's sort of half raining, half snowing out, but yet on the other side of the country, it's -50. So go figure. But I'm happy for the weather here. It's safe. It's not risky to drive. And so I'm happy. So post where you're from and what's happening where you are. And I recognize tomorrow is the day before Christmas. And regardless of what faith you share or where you're from, it is really one of the biggest days of the year around the world. And with everything that's going on in the world, I wanted to make sure that I had a gift for you that would, hey, welcome, Drew Lance from New York, that would hopefully prevent anything bad from happening in your holidays. And on the second part of it, create some good stuff. So how many of you are sick of the food already? I know I am, but not because it's like I've already had about 5 social events that all involve food. Yesterday was a big Christmas lunch for our local Rotary Club. I'm Rotarian. And then I can't stay out of the stuff. Like I didn't bake that much this year, but boy, people are giving us stuff. And so I'm starting to get sick of it already. But here's what happens at the holidays. And we're spending holidays with friends, and they have dogs, and they have this big round table in the middle of the living room, and it got me thinking. There are so many toxic foods out there, and I know there's tons of lists everywhere for toxic foods. Bear with me here. Not every, hey, Bo the English Bulldog, thanks for joining. And this one's for you too. If you are worried about your dog getting into something and you're not sure what it is, or what potential effect it could have, I've created a guide with what I would call, in the holiday season, 15 top holiday foods and additions that can be dangerous, if not fatal, for your dog. And if you want to see what that looks like, and you want your very own copy, there's visuals to it, just type danger in the comments. And what you'll get is, there's a little description here on the guide. There's some options here. There's actually 2 gifts on the landing page when you get there. But I want to share with you, you'll get a chart that looks like this that you can stick on your fridge. Now the chart, hey, dog trader from Spain, welcome. I'd love to be in Spain right now. Looks like this. Now these are the foods that we're going to discuss. But when you click on get my guide on the landing page, you not only get the document, you'll get a description, a spreadsheet that talks about the type and the common forms of these toxic foods. Because, for example, onions are more than onions. and they can be extremely toxic to dogs. And what symptoms to watch for that might show you that your dog's gotten into something, and also the potential risks if untreated. And I can tell you a story about that. How many of you know that chocolate is just not good for dogs? Like type yes in the comments. Like it's a no-brainer. Chocolate's not good for dogs. One year I came home from Costa Rica. As you know, Costa Rica has coffee. They have the richest chocolate, like some of the richest chocolate in the world, dark chocolate. And I had bought a couple of little bars and never even thought of it, left them in my suitcase. My suitcase was on the floor. And then I came home from work or from somewhere, and there's my Pomeranian, little Josie, spinning around in the spinning it like she's just spinning. She can't settle down. She's like out of her mind, and her pupils are dilated, and she's salivating and drooling, and I don't know what's going on with her. Like, I just can't settle down. She can't settle down. I went in the room, and there was the chocolate bar wrappers. That's it. Chocolate bar wrappers. And to this day, I don't know how she survived that. She came to me as a bag of bones, and by then she put on some weight, but really her heart was racing a mile a minute. She couldn't settle down. We just let it go. Like, we gave her some water, but we just let it go. She could have potentially died that night. But it took me so long to figure out what happened that she was kind of almost out of it before we realized what it was. So here's some of the top 10 foods that you may not think of. Remember, Christmas time. What you want to do right off the bat, if you're entertaining guests at your house sometime over the holidays and you have a dog, I've got 3 of them in here now. Max is a guest, but Prince belongs here. He doesn't come near food, but Pippi's everywhere. I mean, she can jump on the table. I don't let her, but when I'm not watching and things happen so quickly, how many of you have done this? Type yes in the comments. If you put a sandwich on the table or a brownie or a cookie and you've turned around to do something and you come back and the plate's clean and the dog's just sitting there. I tell you, yeah, I have, especially at the cottage, just forget. And Prince isn't too bad, but back in the day when I had labs, like, whoo. So you're going to cook turkey. Maybe in New Year's, you're going to cook a ham. Maybe somewhere in between, you're going to cook a goose. And particularly the ham, because they got those big knuckle bones, you might find Uncle Charlie or, Aunt Sadie or Grandma and Grandpa at the table slipping little treats to the dog. And what do they want to do? They eat the leg of the chicken or the turkey, or the goose, and they slip that bone to the dog. That's a cooked bone. Do I feed raw bones to my dogs? Yes, raw turkey necks, raw chicken necks, raw chicken carcasses. Absolutely. Cooked? No, particularly fowl, like duck, geese, turkeys, the hollow bones. But porks, ham, steak bones, once they're cooked, they solidify like cement blocks in the lower intestine. And the turkey chicken bones can splinter and puncture major organs. And so you don't want that. And to put the turkey up way high where nobody can see it, that's not going to happen. The other thing not to the best of your ability. This is a must. Do not give your dog cooked bones. Make sure everyone that steps into your house has that rule. Sorry, Aunt Joan. Sorry, Uncle Charlie. Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Grandpa. Sorry. Do not feed anything to the dog. You don't want them slipping them chocolate. How many of you love nutmeg on your eggnog? Type yes in the comments if you do. Even more so, how many of you like rum added to that eggnog with nutmeg on it? For sure. Did you know that nutmeg, even in, you grate it off, that can be toxic to dogs as well? I'm not really sure. And some dog, and remember, this is a general. This isn't every single dog, but some dogs are more susceptible than others. And who wants to be the ones to find out if it's their dog that have a sensitivity to it? No thanks. So type danger in the comments if you want access to this chart and to the table that goes with it. The idea of this is you can stick it on your fridge so that your company can come in and just tell them, you know how people are. You say, don't do that. What are they going to do? They're going to think it's this is so funny, she won't even know. And they're going to slip the dog a piece of chocolate, or they're going to slip the dog a piece of avocado, or they're going to have a handful of macadamia nuts, or even walnuts. The seed hulls of walnuts can be deadly, and they're going to think it's funny to slip something to the dog. Don't do it. Or even worse, they are going to let the dog drink their beer, or let the dog share their wine. And you know what? Alcohol is a poison. Yes, I like the odd drink, but alcohol is a poison, and it affects, in humans, if you overdo it, it affects heart and liver. We know that. That's like common sense. It's worse for the dogs because they have a smaller body size in general, and people think it's funny. The dogs will stagger, they'll become disoriented, maybe even nauseous. So watch for those people. Just put this thing right on your fridge and say, before you even consider giving anything to my dog that I haven't handed you to specifically feed him, you need to read this chart. This is a do not feed chart. Put it everywhere. I mean, make multiple copies if you want. But that's really, that way at least they'll be told, and they won't be told not to. They'll be told, if you do that, you're responsible. You'll pay for the emergency vet bill. And you'll have to tell my little 3-year-old who's just gone to bed that her dog died because you slipped it a huge piece of chocolate and then let it drink your beer and thought it was funny. So, yeah. The holiday season, these are baking. Who knew? Baking powder, baking soda. These are foods that and substances that you have out in your kitchen, and maybe you drop I know I've done it. I don't do that much baking, but you drop the baking powder, the baking soda on the floor, dog comes in to lick it up. Don't let them do that. Make sure they stay away because that also is toxic to dogs. So that's gift number 1. Gift number 2. And remember, you just type danger in the comments if you want access to this. You'll get it instantly, and you can download. The other thing that happens in the holidays, and it's pretty quiet here, but lots of my friends, other people are busy. My staff are all gone now till the new year. And the other thing that happens is holiday chaos. I posted a video about that earlier today in the feed. Holiday chaos. You've got 1,050,000 things to do. Gift wrapping, cooking, run kids around, doing that last minute, drop in to see somebody, or the last minute gift pickup. And the dog's just there and kind of in the way, and you push him out of the way and you forget about it. And before you know it, it's like now 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It's dark and you forgot to walk the dog. That's not a judgment. That's a fact. It just happens. So the thing to remember is dogs need stuff too. But what can happen day after day, and then you finally you get them out and you walk them, and you're like on your phone, or you're going through your to-do list, or you're just mentally disconnected to the dog. So what happens? Dog's mentally disconnected to you. Over and over and over again, this can happen. And finally you think, why is my dog not listening to me? Because they read you better than you read yourself. If you step out, you go, well, I'm walking him and I'm not upset. I'm walking him, but your head's not in the game. And you're like thinking about what you left behind at work, because how many of you know you go back to work on January the 6th or 7th, nothing else has stopped in the world, and all that pile is still there, if not bigger. The dog knows you're disconnected, and pretty soon they become disconnected to you. So what I've done is I put together a 4-part mini-series that you can enroll in right now. When you download your chart, you'll see the link there to move you and the relationship with your dog from ignoring or being ignored to becoming engaged. So that's you'll get access to that page just by typing danger, because it's dangerous. Teach you how to be connected with your dog with a philosophy that less is more, and it's way easier than you think. It's living a training lifestyle. So be sure to check that out when you go into the you're not going to when you go in, so you'll be able to turn your yeah. No, that's not it. I did have a number 3 here. I just got to find it. Yep. So this is the elements. This is the number 3. It's a 4-part mini-series in this, from being ignored to connecting. First of all, you're going to learn how to connect and communicate without saying a word. That's the coolest part. That's my favorite thing to teach. I love it. You'll stop jumping. You'll stop unnecessary barking, and you'll have a dog that wants to walk with you. How cool is that? After you've been through the chaos of the holidays. And you will become the go-to person. When a dog is in doubt, it's going to look to you to go, hey, what's going on here? And you'll also be able to use your leash as a communications tool rather than a control tool, because so many people want to just control the dog. That's not it. Your leash is your communication tool. Hey, Marine Vet Party, I like that. Marine Vet Party Rentals. What is that? Cool. And then finally, you'll be able to solve those behavior issues before they start. You'll learn how to lead from the middle so that you're on top of things before they ever get started. So click send danger in the comments. You're going to get access. My Christmas gift to you is this free guide of all the foods that can literally kill your dog or make them extremely sick. You don't want to find out which one. Just type danger in the comments to get your free access. This campaign will be open. If you're not here live and you're just tuning in, you see this on my feed and you're listening now, type danger in the comments. The campaign will stay on through until January the 5th. So you'll get your free copy. And by then you'll know whether your dog has become disengaged or ignoring you and whether you really need extra help. And that's what we're here for, to make sure that the holidays become a time of joy and your dog doesn't get overlooked. And you'll find just how easy it is. Standing back and yelling, quiet, stop, or get in here and having him ignore you. It's not that much fun. I don't know about you. I don't find it that much fun. I'm just going to see if, yep. All right. So, on that happy note, type danger in the comments to get your access to the 15 dog dangerous foods that you want to make sure your dog stays away from this holiday season. It'll help you to help people come to your house to know what to not feed your dog. Some of these are a surprise. Now, the avocado is not only something to do with that some dogs are sensitive to the fat in the avocado, but also, of course, the pit is gigantic. And it's if they crack it open, there's oh, Jesus, I can't remember the substance. Go ahead and check the table. Anyway, it starts with C. Toxin inside. Apple seeds have it as well. All fruit pits have this. Anyways, tip of my tongue, now it's gone. Get the chart. Type danger in the comments and get your copy today. If you're watching, if you're not live and you're watching, you'll still be able to get it. So on that note, how many of you, if you have a holiday question, I'd love to know Bo, the English Bulldog, how Bo's doing. Let's catch up here. If you've got a comment or a question about what I just said, or about the 15 foods, or about how you can shift from having your dog ignoring you. I think that as a trainer, you'll learn, if you're a trainer, you'll learn the framework that I use to make sure clients can stay connected to their dog with very little change in their daily routine. And that's probably one of the most common questions we get when someone calls in a panic. My dog's not listening to me. And it's easy to say, well, the common approach is to speak louder. That's not the solution. All right. So if you've got a question, type it in the comments. We'll get to it. I'm going to stay here till 7 o'clock and then we'll sign out. And remember, if you want a copy of that, yep, for sure. If you want a copy of the 15 foods that will save your dog's life and help your company and visitors and family understand what not they've got dogs, how easy it is to turn your back and have the dog snarf whatever's there. And it doesn't, it can be nobody's fault and the dog can still end up in emergency vet care and you don't want that. So type danger in the comments and get your copy. Or if you know someone who has a dog, who maybe you don't have a dog, but you're going to be visiting them, or they're going to have a lot of company, a lot of activity, you can do one of two things. Or they have a dog that's already not paying attention to them and they are beside themselves. So instead of, reaching out, they put more contraptions on them. They use bigger food. They go to a class that says feed more treats. Just look at when you go into when you type danger and you go into this page, you're going to get this chart. You'll see there from ignored to connected. Send them that link because they'll thank you for it. All right. So any questions? Everyone's caught up in holiday mode. I get it. I really appreciate every one of you who have joined in tonight because I recognize that it is a busy, busy, busy time of year, particularly people in Texas and places south. Not that there's any busier down there than it is here, but I really appreciate you checking in. It's, let me see here. Yeah. Oh, Bo the English Bulldog, he's his bad self. Trying to desensitizing him to taking off his harness and touching his paws. Okay. Also sit outside the dog parks. Oh, good for you. Yes. So he's starting to feel safe with you. Sit on his leash so he can't pull. Don't touch him. Don't pet him. Don't tell him he's a good boy. Just be with him. Yes. You might find the Ignored to Connected program helpful for Bo because not only because of the program, but it's one-on-one. It's group coaching as well as one-on-one. So we will dig right into the stuff I really want to do with Bo the English Bulldog that we don't have time to do on these calls. But good for you. So when you say desensitize him, you're touching, giving him food, trading back and forth. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. keep up the good work and keep us posted. We will be back here on the 6th of January after tonight. Then we'll be every week. Hey, Care Bear 2017, welcome back. Because many of you DM'd me and also on our last call said weekly is your preference. I've got a ton of things that I want to share with you in the new year. And we want everybody's dog to be happy and healthy going into the new year. So be sure to type danger in the comments and get your free guide to the foods that are not good for your dog. Hey, Merry Christmas to you, Care Bear. So glad to see you here. Yeah. All right, folks. I don't see any questions here, but I'm glad for the update from Bo. If you've got an update, if you've been here before and you have an update on if you've learned something valuable from this segment, we will be coming back in the new year. Now I'm thinking, because I want to attract people from different time zones, 7 o'clock at night Eastern, as well as some other time in the day, like noon hour, that will reach the people like Australia that are at a totally different time zone. So it'll be the same show or the same presentation, but there will be two time zones to choose from. And you can join both if you want. If you get questions that didn't get asked, we can do that too. So lots of really good things happening in 2026 for all of you, because I so appreciate your support. The fact that you follow me. Hopefully, if you haven't followed me, be sure to follow me so you don't miss out on the things that are going to be announced. We're going to be dropping some good stuff. Podcasts. We've got guests lined up already. Really exciting guests to bring some cool information to you, whether you're a dog trainer, or dog owner, a dog enthusiast, a dog professional of some sort. There will be something in every podcast for you. And remember, if you haven't had time to stay till the end, there's not going to be much in this one because no one's asking any questions, which is fine. But we convert these over to my podcast channel, Paws and Profits, which is on YouTube channel. I'm thinking of changing the name of that too because I'm not really keen on that name, but it just popped up. It was like I needed a name and I had a whole bunch of podcasts I wanted to do. All right. So remember, type danger in the comments to get a copy of your guide of the 15 dog dangerous foods that are really commonly used in the holidays that you really don't want to have your dog get into. And if you are feeling ignored and you want to connect with your dog, you can DM me and just type ignored in the DM and I will make sure I get you the link, or you will see a link on the landing page when you go in to download your dangerous foods, and you'll learn just exactly how to have your dog start connecting with you. And you can get rid of that, my dog doesn't listen to me. You'll learn that the listening starts when the talking stops. Okay, Bo goes down to the ground when the dog walks by. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you know what it is? It's stalking. He's stalking. That's that's a predator behavior. He goes to the ground because he's getting ready to stalk. Now he knows he can't because he's on the leash. So, he thinks he can't, but that's what he's doing. He's stalking when the dog goes by. You want to know the solution to that? So that's a great question, and thanks for asking it. So you're standing here, dog's walking by, he goes to the ground. You know what I do? I go like this. I block him. I don't do this. I don't totally turn my back, but I'll block him so he sees that I'm gonna meet him with my leg. I'm not gonna kick him, but I'm gonna block him with my leg if he goes to move forward. I might even have to come right in front of him like so. And he's going to see, and I might move him. I might see if he wants to move, but I'm going to stay between him and the other dog. That's the point. Yeah, I'm going to stay between him, and you can change his mind. You can rewire his brain by getting between, and by doing that, you're saying, no, you don't get the stalk. I'm in charge here. I own this space. He's okay. He's not coming in here, and you're not going after him. It's called leadership from the middle. That's one of the things that we cover in that from Ignored to Connected program. You lead from the middle, and that's by being in. Don't worry, that's by being in between. You've got to interrupt him. Have you ever stepped between him, or do you just wait to see what happens? Because he goes down, and initially it probably looks cute. I mean, bulldogs are so cute. So hey Isaiah, good to see you. Welcome. So he goes down, and you think, well, okay, I'm going to just wait and see what he does. Don't wait. Get ahead of it. If you see a dog coming, you can even do it before he goes down, because once he goes down, he's already shifted his brain to predatory mode. What you want to do is get him focused on you to recognize you've got this. He still might try to lash out and go around you, but you'll be in his way. That's the key. All right, try that, and hopefully it'll work. Try it and see how that works. I know I've got a slow feed here, so I may not see your comment. Yeah. No, that's not unusual behavior. Another breed that does a lot of that will be Aussie Shepherd, like herding breeds, Aussies. they'll do that, and only because they want to come in behind and start. And bulldogs are the same. He may want to lash out. He may not want to go on his face. He may want to be coming around and going behind, because that's how bulldogs fight. So try that. Get in between. Always in between. Leadership starts in the middle. In addition to being in front, but get between him and the other dog so you take up that space in the middle. And then stick with it. It may not work the first time because he's got a habit. But you got to stick with it and stay calm. Don't yell at him. Don't tighten the leash. In fact, I do have a leash here. You want to give him, if Bo's on the end of the leash, if my hand is Bo, and you've got the leash like so, I got it. Let me see my finger here. It's in a splint. Anyway, you want to have, he wears a harness, right? This is where I'd have a choke collar or prong collar on him, but you give him a little smile like this, so that when he goes to lunge, he's going to have some G-force, but you're going to be dropping everything and picking that leash up to get him off the ground and put him back down calmly, with no emotion. It works. Yeah, it works. Yep. So your dog follows me everywhere. Okay. DJ Hut 123, what kind of dog is it? If he follows you everywhere, that could be a sign of insecurity. So you want to have more balance. You want to be sure he's comfortable when you're not with him. It's good that they follow you everywhere. Cool. I mean, can you go into the middle of a park and have him still follow you, or you're out in the bush, he looks up and follows you? That's awesome. That's awesome. But if it's in the house where you can't get away from him and he's like right on you, then that's not healthy. So there's ways around that. Okay. So we got 2 minutes left. Are there any other questions? Remember, type danger in the comments. Double tap the screen if you're coming back next year, because we will be back every week next year, sometime early in the day, but we'll also be here at 7 o'clock at night Eastern time. And type danger, danger. Type danger, Karen. I'm not sure if you'll get it with dangerous, but we'll be looking at that. The trigger is danger, so just type danger in the comments and you'll get access to this lovely little chart that's going to keep your dog safe and healthy over the holidays, because isn't that what we all want? Nobody wants to be rushing to the vet on Christmas night at 6 or 7 o'clock, right in the middle of dinner, because Uncle Charlie slipped a turkey bone down on the floor to the dog. And the dog picked it up and it got stuck in his throat because it's brittle, or it broke and it punctured his intestines. Now he's vomiting. He ate at 3 o'clock and by 7 o'clock, the dog's almost passed out. You don't want that. Type danger in the comments and we'll make sure you get the link to this. Okay. I'm going to just make a note here, Care Bear, in case you don't get it. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a safe, that's what this is for, a safe holiday and a Merry Christmas. And let's make 2026 your best year yet. Okay. Oh. A Humane Society. I've had him almost 2 years. He's 6. Okay. That's good. That's good. Is there a question? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Care Bear. Good. He follows you in the house. Yeah. So he may be a little insecure. You might want to work on teaching him to go to a place and start to increase your space. Just increase your distance from him and build his confidence that way. So that he just learns that nothing bad's going to happen. Oftentimes that clinginess, we call it Velcro. It's it could be the beginnings or part of separation anxiety. Is he okay when you leave him alone? Can you leave the house and go somewhere and come back and he's still calm? That's really the indicator. Otherwise, Pippi follows me everywhere, but I can say, no, you gotta wait here, and I just go out the door, and where I go, I'll come back, and whenever I come back. So that's the barometer. That if you can come and go through the door and he doesn't care and he's still following you, that's fine. He just wants to follow you, enjoy it. But if it could be, you've had him for a couple of years, so it could be a sign of bigger things. That's why I encourage puppy owners to give their puppy some life after the holidays with a puppy, and I will have a puppy there. So you'll want to tune into that. I'll be with Bakari Savage. You can look him up. He's on CP24. He'll be the host, and we are going to talk about the 7 things to do to make sure that you have the life that you want with your puppy